Thank you so much, Steve. I know you are super busy being the co-founder of Harmon's Brewing, but I'm excited to have you here. Earlier on in the segment, we were talking about people not drinking alcohol to save money. So tell me about Harmon's and how that fits into that storyline.
It does. I think it goes hand in hand with a general movement, a lifestyle change. During COVID, people drank pretty heavily.
Yes.
Everyone has their own anecdotes about how much they drank. And clearly, once the dust settled, people slowed down. So we're seeing in beer especially a huge drop. Mm-hmm. It's just off a cliff. The beer industry, craft beer, has slowed down tremendously as people just aren't drinking as much. So it's a healthy lifestyle choice that we're seeing, and people are also drinking different things. Younger people aren't drinking beer at all. They like what they call RTDs, ready to drinks, fruity, bubbly things that don't have a lot of calories, whereas, beer tends to be a little fattening. But it's also, beer's getting expensive. And just the cost of brewing beer, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, has gotten incredibly high. And it's everything from shipping, ingredient costs, just employees. It's tough to make it. Taxes is, of course, a big issue as well. So people are now thinking twice about buying premium beer. If it's, bordering on $4, $4.25 for a can of beer, they're either going for less expensive stuff or just abstaining altogether.
Yeah.
And finding other options like cannabis or things that, they can get more bang for their buck, I guess.
So some of our audience may not know you actually did brew alcoholic beer.
Okay.
And you changed now to non-alcoholic beer. Can you tell us how that happened?
I started in the beer business back in 2002, a little brewery called Mill Street Brewery.
Small,
but was at the time of me and two guys, and we did all the work down in the distillery district, building it, and we grew the business, and we sold it in 2015. And I think at the time we were probably one of the largest craft brewers in Canada, and we were very proud of it. It was a great achievement, and I stuck around. I think I might have been a little too feral for corporate.
We all
Canada.
are. We all are.
Yeah. So when it was time to go, I had seen just what was going on in the marketplace. And I knew in Europe and in the US and other places that non-alcoholic beer was a thing. And it wasn't just the beer that we all knew growing up, the designated driver beer that was gross, made by the big guys. You were forced to drink it if you were pregnant, driving, medication, whatever it was.
Made you want to drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or you just drink a lot of cranberry and sodas, while you're waiting for your friends to drive them home. So I really felt that there was a market for good tasting craft beer that just had no alcohol. We have a tiny bit, 0.5, which would be the equivalent of leaving orange juice in your fridge for too long, or kombucha. It's very minimal. It will not get you intoxicated, no matter how hard you try. So that began. It was another former Mill Street colleague, my partner, Rob Doyle, and he's a brewer. He's the guy who makes the beer.
Okay.
Comes up with the recipes. He's in Ancaster, actually, in near Hamilton as well. And he's, and I'm in Toronto. So during COVID, coming up with this idea. Harmon's, by the way, is the name of the brand, and it's my mom's maiden name.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She was a big supporter of Mill Street when we started, and may have helped me out of a few jams financially when we were starting.
All moms, they're always there for us.
She was the best. And she passed away in 2007, but she was around long enough to see the ascension of the brand and see where we're going. So she was quite proud. And, it just popped in my head, and it wasn't taken.
No.
Naming beers especially has gotten very challenging. We're all going to end up with like bleep blops and numbers because there's only so many ways you can name it. So it wasn't trademarked, and I took that as a sign.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's why it's called Harmon's. And Rob and I would meet once a month as he would create these recipes in his garage home brew system. He teaches brewing at Niagara College. He's a professional beer professor.
That's a cool title.
It is a pretty cool title. Yeah. He's shaping young minds down there. And we would meet in a parking lot and just next batch, sort of eventually after about 3 or 4 months, we had our aha moment with this one. This is Jack Pine.
Okay.
And so this was the first one that really tasted like something we wanted to drink. Selfishly. Amazing. That was the idea. I wanted to slow down myself, and from there we created other brands like the Half Day, and we have 4 core brands, but we rotate seasonals, and that's it's sort of acting and trying to be just like a craft brewery, just without the buzz.
Amazing. So do you want your beer to taste like alcohol beer, or like, do you want it to have its own, like, I don't know, what goes through the mind of someone creating
It's a great
this?
question, because we are trying to get as close as we can. And the challenge is that bite that you get with any alcohol, that's the booze is what you get, that burn with that, even with beer. So you have to do a lot to compensate for the fact that there's no alcohol. And especially like what we call like naked beers, like a lager. What you think of like a Coors Light. These are very easy drinking beers, but they're very difficult to make consistently. So the cost in making it goes up because you have to add additional ingredients to compensate for the fact that there's no alcohol. So sometimes people go like, well, why am I paying $11 for a 4-pack? It's like, well, this isn't the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a premium product, but we absolutely want to look and taste like a craft beer.
Okay. So as a picky non-alc beer drinker, what makes a good glass of non-alcohol beer for you?
The mouthfeel.
Okay.
That's number one, because the minute you start drinking it, if it tastes too watery, that was always the problem with, back in the day, was they would brew regular beer and just dilute the heck out of it.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, yeah. Or arrested fermentation. So it tasted kind of off, like it was half finished. And there was all kinds of ways, just lazy ways of making it. Technology has changed a lot. And there are now a few ways to make non-alcoholic beer taste as close as it gets to the real thing. There's been changes in yeast, strains of yeast that will go to sleep because basically it's fermenting and then it just takes a nap after about 2 days, as opposed to 5 or 6. So what you're left with is fully fermented beer. So it doesn't taste half finished, and it's got the mouthfeel. And we'll add, barley. People ask like, is it gluten-free? No, we're extra gluten. Lots of gluten. So oats.
Side order of gluten.
It's there's warnings on the can. But you have to add all these other grains to give it that mouthfeel, to make it taste and feel like a beer when you're drinking it. So that's key.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So how can our audience find out more about you and what you're working on?
Well, harmonsbeer.com is our website. You can order there. We are available across Canada. Our biggest single customer is Walmart. We got into Walmart last October, and we're available at Supercenters all across Canada. We're currently running a rollback. I'm learning all about, it's quite interesting because it's my first time.
What's a rollback?
It's just a discount.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's a big deal in Walmart world.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They call it the RB. We're just starting our RB number. They number them, and it really helps with sales. It's remarkable, but we're available now in places we could never get to thanks to Walmart. So, everything from Slave Lake, Alberta, all the way to Nova Scotia and out in the island, Vancouver Island. We're in a lot of places now.
Oh, that's very cool.
So the distribution has been great. But our home is here in Ontario. That's where we started. So our biggest customer base is here. A lot of restaurants. So harmonsbeer.com, check us out. And we have a cool little store locator. So you just type in your postal code and it'll tell you anywhere near you that hopefully sells our beer.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know you're super busy, so I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
But let's crack one open.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
And walk me through how to taste it.
Well, especially just like wine.
Yeah. Sniff.
You sniff. And these are Cascade hops or Centennial hops. So they're a bit citrusy. And that's what I like. It's an old school flavor. It's delicious. This to me reminds me of early 2000s beer before hops started tasting like mangoes and all kinds of unusual flavors.
I'm going to grab one too.
Well, it's not super cold, so I apologize if it's...
Listen, I went to university. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again. This is great.
That's nice. Yeah.
That's our most popular one, yeah. Easy drinking, and that's certified organic too.
Oh, perfect. Well, cheers. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for joining us at the table. We shared how to tip smarter, skip the cocktail tab, and save. That tallies $150 a month back in your pocket. Over a year, that can add up to thousands.
Thanks for tuning in.
Follow us at Neo Financial on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn.
And don't forget to sign up for the Get newsletter.
Want your question featured? Hit us up at theget@neofinancial.com.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.